Here's everything I've cooked from scratch this week using things that I've grown in the garden. We were having a family barbecue for the other half's birthday, which was the perfect excuse to put the monster cabbage I harvested to good use, as no barbecue is complete without a mountain of coleslaw. This recipe meant I could also use up the homegrown kohlrabi because, well, what else do you do with kohlrabi? But while I was making this, I had one of two sweet treats in the oven. The first of which was this beetroot brownie. And while it wasn't a complete disaster, the recipe I followed used melted chocolate rather than cocoa powder, which would have made these 10 out of 10 if I didn't put too much beetroot in them, which obviously I did. And before you get started on what I did with the leaves, you know these went into more phyllo pastry parcels, half of which were given to the people at the allotment after I went running my mouth about my plans to cook them. Ooh, make sure you bring me one. Which brings us on to the upside down plum cake. Everybody seems to want to turn fruit into jam, but I say nay. Cake is better. I made two because, well, there was just so many plums that I got from my dwarf fruit tree that it was rather impressive actually. And speaking of impressive, my god, I regret not consistently picking my broad beans throughout the season because I got an absolute bumper harvest of these bad boys. I mean, look at all of those, which were all to pod and boil and pod again, because they were being added to a beanie hummus creation I'm calling Bean Hummus, which obviously included my one and only garlic bulb harvest. Keeping up with the harvests at this time of year in itself is quite a mission.